Hello. So, Sarah Report is reporting today that um, Nigerian Technology Minister demanded 500 million from agencies to secure 2025 budget approval, sources say. The biggest problem I have um, so far is that this is the norm in Nigeria, okay? And because it's the norm in Nigeria, no one is shocked. As a matter of fact, I think the idea will be, and so, because everyone understand that the nature of Nigeria has become one filled with bribery. You understand? It's bribery all the way. Uh, but here, the report is not actually saying that the lawmakers are the ones requiring or requesting for the money. The report is actually saying that this man in the picture here, Chief Uche Geoffrey Nnaji, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, is the one together with Dr. Mustapha Abdullahi, the Director General and CEO of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, are the ones who were, exerted pressure on the different agencies that are working under them to raise this 500 million naira so they can bribe the lawmakers, so the lawmakers can pass their budget. Now, the question I would be asking myself, and I think you might want to ask yourself, is this: if you're bribing lawmakers, if you're saying you want to bribe lawmakers 500 million, what exactly is in the budget that you're trying to hide? Because for you to want to bribe lawmakers with 500 million, there must be something in the budget that you want to conceal or you don't want them to look at. Because when you bribe them, they wouldn't have to ask you the questions anyway. You've already greased their palms. And we know EFCC has been clamping down a whole lot of things. This is worthy of, investigation until otherwise proven wrong. So Sahara Report is saying that, according to sources close to the agencies, they exerted pressure on the heads of various agencies operating under the ministry. We will see that in a minute. Chief Uche Geoffrey Nnaji, the Nigerian Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, in collaboration with Dr. Mustapha Abdullahi, Director General CEO of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, coerced, that's the keyword there, heads of agencies under the ministry to collectively contribute 500 million, sources have told Sahara Reporter. 500 million they've asked. Let's go further. So, according to sources close to the agencies, they exerted pressure on the heads of various agencies operating under the ministry. The nature of this pressure involves compelling these agency heads to pull together a substantial sum of money, specifically amounting to 500 million as part of collective contribution. These funds, now, this is the reason why they collected the money. This is the reason why they've pressured and coerced the different agencies to raise this money. These funds were purportedly intended to bribe the National Assembly for the passage of the 2025 budget. So, Sahara Report is reporting that Mr. Uche and Mr. Abdullahi coerced the various agencies under their department, under their ministry, to raise 500 million. So they can take that 500 million when they submit their budget to the National Assembly. They can then bribe the lawmakers to pass their budget for 2025 by giving them that 500 million. So the lawmakers will distribute the money amongst themselves. That's what this is alleging anyway. So this is what Sahara Report is reporting. The agencies under the ministry include National Board of Technology Incubation, Energy Commission of Nigeria, which is what Dr. Abdullahi heads, Nigeria Institute of Science Laboratory Technology, National Biotechnical Technology Development Agency. First of all, let's look at the Nigerian Institute of Science and Science Laboratory Tech. This is one of those courses people study at school. So imagine they need to put new program, new course under this particular department in universities. And the National or Nigerian Institute of Science Laboratory Technology needs to sponsor that across all universities or federal universities. It's part of the 500 million that they were raising to give to lawmakers as bribes. Can you see how you take from one and you destroy another? National Biotechnological Development Agency, National Center for Technology Management, National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, Nigerian National Space Research and Development Agency. I mean, you will be saying here that all these agencies require money, finances for development, especially the National Space Research and Development Agency. People are going to space, other nations are going to space, but we are not. The money that we're meant to use for research work is what we're trying to raise to go give to lawmakers to pass the budget. 500 million. Raw Material Research Development Council, National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, Shared Science and Technology Complex, in Abuja, sorry, Federal Institute of Industrial Research, that one is in Oshodi, and the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure in Abuja. So it says sources told Sahara reporters that the goal was to amass a substantial sum of funds with the intention of influencing the National Assembly's decision on the passage of the 2025 budget. On January 14, 2025, the minister disclosed that he had just presented the ministry's budget. This is crazy. This is absolutely ludicrous. And I mean, if we want to make Nigeria work, as we want to make Nigeria work come 2027, these are the things that we need to start calling out. That's the man. That's the Minister of Innovation and Technology. That's the person raising the money together with this particular man. These are the people coercing their departments, their agencies under them to raise 500 million to grease the palms of our lawmakers so that they can grease the palms of our lawmakers so our lawmakers can pass their budget. This is concerning. This is really, really concerning. This is no coincidence. It's no coincidence that recently, did we not read in the paper recently where it was alleged that our lawmakers were asking for 480 million? We read in the papers recently where the lawmakers were asking for 480 million to pass the university's budget. 60 universities, 8 million each. To pass 480 million, to give them 480 million as bribe so that they can pass the budget. Our lawmakers are stupendously paid. Our lawmakers don't make any laws. Our lawmakers are cross-carpeting every day so that they can be in the party, be with the party that's in power for that period. And the next one, they'll move to the next one. That's what our lawmakers have been doing. Our lawmakers are not scrutinizing anything. See, the lawmakers are very powerful. Even the president cannot spend a penny without the permission of the lawmakers. So when we have corrupt individuals as lawmakers in Nigeria, what we will get is something like this. One day we're reading 480 million. The next day we're reading that this one is demanding, they're raising 500 million to bribe lawmakers. 500 million to bribe lawmakers. One moment they're there raising money, the next moment they're gone. They say, oh, you know what? Yeah. And you know why? The outcome of this is the fact that things never get done because the 500 million they've raised is meant to be used for something else that must have been important. It's meant to be used for a project that would yield results. But because it's now been spent on something that is not worth it, then Nigerians lose. Nigerians are ultimately the losers in any of this, in all of this process. When bribery occurs, Nigerians are the losers. It's our image that is dented. Recently, we read in the papers, it was just today, where a former police officer was denied asylum in Canada just because a report is that the Nigeria is rife with corruption. It's from People's Gazette. Canadian judge rules bribery extortion official policy of Nigerian police. A judge say that's the policy of the Nigerian police, and then denies asylum to a retired police officer. So a retired Nigerian police officer's appeal to review his asylum refusal was denied by Madam Justice Ngo of a federal court in Ontario, Canada, on the ground that the Nigerian police force is notorious for extortion, bribery, other vices that vitiate the ex-officer's case. So let's don't think that we're not the losers eventually. We are the losers eventually. This is what bribery does. This is what corruption does. Corruption defaces a nation. And when our lawmakers, who are known for their corruption, lawmakers are known for their corruption, our leaders are known for their corruption, our politicians are known for their corruption. Contracts are padded. Budget is padded. The other day was the police budget. The IGP was reading the police a budget that was different to what was in front of the lawmakers. That just tells you how bad Nigeria has become. Let's don't think that we are immune. No, we're not. We're not immune. Let's don't think it wouldn't affect us. It would affect each and every one of us. This case should be looked into. This case of corruption should be looked into. If this report is true, this man should not be the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology anymore. Dr. Mustapha Abdullahi should not be there anymore. If we want the Nigeria that we so desire, we have to work hard to get it. Listen, every nation that is prospering around the world was designed by intention, diligently done to prosper. If Nigeria must prosper, we have to fight for Nigeria to prosper. If we leave Nigeria in the hands of our current politicians, they will destroy it. They will amass so much money and run away from the country. The time is now for you and I to rise up. The time is now for you and I to demand the kind of leaders that we want to see. As president, vice president, as Senate leaders and senators and lawmakers at the federal level and at the state level. The time is now. A local government chairman, the time is now. Councillors, the time is now. If we want the change that we desire, we have to start now. We have to start demanding that change. All over the world, the people of the nation demand the change they want. 2027 is for us to demand that change. And the process starts now. Don't fold your hands and think that it will not affect you. Your brother travels on the road every day. Your sisters travel on the road every day. Your relatives travel on the road every day. They use the hospitals every day. They go to school every day. They're constantly in danger of security and abduction. So if you fold your hands and don't speak up, these guys will ruin our nation. If you want a Nigeria that would work for your child, for your brother, for your sister, for your mother, for your father, time is now. The change is now. The birthing of that nation that you envisage is now. Demand the change from your leaders. If you know that you are good, you have the conviction to be senator, and your conviction is strong enough, and people can see you antecedents of the things that you've done in the local areas that you've been part of, it is time for you to rise up and become that lawmaker at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level. Enough is enough for us, for our politicians who have ruined our nation. It's time for change. Change is now. I'm calling on every one of you, whether you're from the north or from the south, whether you're from the east or from the west. I'm calling on you. Rise up and demand the change from our leaders. Rise up. If your lawmaker has not done well in your state and in your local government, in your constituency, vote them out. If your governor has not done well, vote them out. Don't be moved by religion or ethnicity anymore. They've used that as the cards to destroy us. Nigeria must work. Nigeria has to work. There's no other place called home than Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to each and every one of us. Let's stop our politicians from plundering our nation and running away with our wealth. They've stolen our commonwealth already, and they're going to pass that to the children of their own children and their grandchildren. Stop rigging elections for your politicians. Stop killing people for your politicians. Stop maiming people for your politicians. Stop burning ballot papers for your politicians. Because when you finish burning the ballot paper, they will enjoy the benefit of that destruction that you've caused. When election comes, don't run errands for them. Don't run errands to maim, to kill, to destroy for them. I'm talking to you, this INEC officer, who they will use to rig election tomorrow. I'm talking to you, that police officer, whom they will use to rig elections tomorrow. These people put you where you are. They pay you peanuts every day, so you can rig election for them tomorrow and give you peanuts still, and then continue to give you peanuts for another 4 years. Stop rigging elections for them. Nigeria, you deserve a better Nigeria. So you must advocate for one. So the time is now. I'm saying to all of you, if you're just hearing me for the first time, please share this message. Share this message. Share this content. Like and subscribe so when I do new ones, you will get them. Above all, I want you to put comments as well. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and I will do my best to make sure I talk about it. But again, like I said, for Nigeria to work, we must all come together to vote out all these people who have destroyed our nation, whether they're presidents, whether they're governors, whether they're lawmakers, senators, House of Assembly members, whether they're local government chairmen or councillors. For Nigeria to work, we must put our hands together, join forces, become a people's movement, Nigerian movement against the ruiners of our nation, against those who have ruined our nation, and vote them out. And 2027 is one opportunity to do that. The campaign starts now. Right now, the campaign starts right now. God bless you. Bye for now.